Hello model railroad fans. In today's video we're going to take a look at this Locomotive and Caboose combo by Tyco, as well as four Reefer cars also by Tyco. So let me get set up on the tripod and I'll be right back. Okay, I am set up on the tripod, and I would like to take a quick moment to thank you for joining me here at Vintage Road and Rail. And like I said at the outset, we're going to take a look at four Tyco Reefer cars and this Tyco Locomotive and Caboose combo. And as you can see here, this is an Alco 430. So before I get started, I want to give a shout out to a couple of people. First, this one is to my daughter Meyer, who bought this for my anniversary. Today's date of recording this is 11/3/2021, so on 10/30 was, or October 30th, I think it's just to say, was my wife and I's 22nd anniversary. So she got me this for an anniversary present. So thought I'd give her a shout out on that. And a friend of mine named Brian sent me these Reefer cars. Alright, so let's now get to taking a look at these items here. So let's set the main event off to the side for just a moment, and let's take a look at these Reefer cars. We're going to start with this Tyco Red Box era car, and we're just going to give it a quick flip around so that you can see all sides of the box. Nothing to write home about too much, but if you want to read it, you can absolutely pause it. Alright, so this is the Econs and Sons Company Brine Tank refrigerator car. Alright, so let's go ahead and take this out and get a closer look. Alright, and so there she is. Looks to be in great shape, which I had no doubt on. Nice and clean. Brake wheel is present. Everything looks good. This has a little bit different bottom than what you might find with the later stuff from Tyco. This is actually metal, and this has a screw-on truck, kind of like what you would see with Blue Box Athearn stuff. Alright, so let's set that off to the side. And let's move on to this Swift Reefer car. And we'll just give it a flip around so you can see everything on the box. And there's some of that old classic brown box era artwork for their other products. Alright, so let's go ahead and take this out and give it a look. Alright, and there it is. Swift refrigerator car. Brake wheel present. Looking really good. Take a look at the other side. Everything looks great, no complaints. Alright, so let's set that off to the side there. And let's move on to, let's save the candy for last. We'll do the hot dogs. This is the Tyco Oscar Meyer Reefer car. And again, we'll just flip around to the box so you can see everything. Pretty much identical to the last one. Alright. Old time Reefer, it says. Alright, so let's go ahead and take this puppy out. And drop it right out of the packaging there. And there she is. Get my finger out of the way. Looking pretty good. Brake wheel present. Everything looks great. All right. So I'm working on building up a fleet of 40-foot reefer cars from all different companies. I've got them from Tyco, Mantua, Trains, Miniatures, Athearn, just everything you can think of. And I forgot to show this box here for the baby Ruth. I just got started talking. So this is the box. Again, it's pretty much identical to what we've seen with the other ones. So nothing really different there. All right. Interestingly enough, right in here, I see a date of 12/78. Not real sure what the significance of that is, but somebody in December of 1978 wrote that there. And bumping into the camera here. Here is the baby Ruth car. Looks really good. Brake wheel is present. Looks good on all sides. A little bit dirty. Nothing I can't clean off there. So I think it looks really good. So all four of those cars look great. All right. So let's now take a look at this Chessie system. Alco C430 diesel locomotive with matching caboose. So we'll just kind of pan it across here so you can see the whole thing. And then we'll just kind of try to do the same with the box here. More of that classic brown box artwork. And on this end here, long box here, we can see Alco 430 diesel with matching caboose. And there's nothing on the top. And on the back, just some more artwork of products. Outside of the box looks to be in pretty decent shape. The inside part is a whole nother story. It's pretty chewed up. But let's go ahead and get this out. And we're going to take a look first at the caboose. And then we'll take a look at the locomotive. All right. And I will have to do a small repair on this one. One of the wheels has popped off and apparently completely broken half. So before we can test it out, I'll have to take care of that. But otherwise, looks pretty good. Looks like it needs to be a little bit cleaned up here. But otherwise, seems to be in pretty good shape. Looks like this horn hook coupler is a little bit beat up, but that's alright. We'll use this one. Actually has metal for the handrails. That's a nice touch. I think in their later stuff it was all plastic. Alright, so that's looking pretty good. Now let's take a look at the locomotive. And this is the same type of locomotive as the Silver Streak in one of my last videos that we looked at. Except this one had a nice surprise in that it has handrails. You can see them. I don't know if this particular model shipped with the handrails or if these are just applied after the fact rather. But it's a C&O 4301 chassis system. Looks to be in really good shape. Horns are present. They're not broken off. Don't see any really noticeable scuffs or anything like that on there. Back looks really good. And the other side, looking really good. Handrails are in great shape. Straightened out just a little bit, but I think I'm going to leave it alone. And there's the front. And this doesn't have the power torque drive. So it still says Tyco Mantua there on the weight. But it has, I believe they call it an MU drive if I'm not mistaken. But it's actually a better drive than what you, or at least I think it's a better drive than what you get with the typical Tyco power torque. So, yeah, so it's looking pretty good. Alright, and I just dropped part of the tank cover. Pop that back on there. Alright, so I'm going to stop the video right here, and I'm going to take a couple of moments and patch up this caboose, and then when I come back I'll have all of this set up on the track, and we'll give it a test run or two around the lap, or a test, let me get my words out of my mouth. We'll do a test lap or two around the track, how about that, and see how this puppy performs. Alright, so give me just a couple moments and I'll be right back. Alright, so I've disconnected my DCC controller and plugged up my trusty DC controller, and we have got this Alco 430 Chessie system locomotive, 4 cars in the caboose loaded up on the track. Replaced that wheel. I had converted a few of my Tyco cars, namely these 3 right here, to body mount couplers and metal wheels, and I started to throw those old couplers and wheels away, but instead I kept them, which I'm glad I did, because that allowed me to patch up that caboose without having to rob it from somewhere else. Alright, so let's give this locomotive a little power and see how she does. Alright, nothing at the moment, but let's give it a little. Alright, we got life. Running a little. They needed. I tried to clean the wheels up a little bit, but there we go. Alright, it's running. Or it was running. Let me speed it up. I don't particularly like running on this fast. And I lost my cars. Alright, so let's see if we can back up and pick them up. Alright, then we'll just have to walk around there. Usually these horn hooks don't let go, but these did. Have I got a bad coupler? Sorry, I got my arm all in the camera here. I think that was our problem. We had a derail. Alright, let's try this again. Alright, so we went backwards. Let's try forward. I tried to give the wheels a little bit of a clean up. Alright, get around here before it gets to the other side. Alright, so we're going to just pull these cars around manually. And we're going to try this one more time. But we know it works. And for the most part, it's running pretty good. I think this, let's just take this baby Ruth car off. So I think it's really what's causing our trouble. And let's apologize, you're getting an uninteresting view of my train table here. Alright. Excuse me. Alright, let's try it one more time. Yeah, I don't particularly like running it at this speed, but it's, I don't know if the track just needs to be cleaned. I haven't cleaned it in a while. Or if it's the locomotive. But, alright. Let's go around here. Let's kick it up one more time. And then we'll just bring this video to a close. Yeah, I'm starting to wonder if maybe it's time to clean the track, because it seems to be cutting out in the same couple of places. Because when it runs, but then it just stops. Alright, so let's stop the video right here. I apologize that I couldn't get it to run much better than what it's doing, but I'm going to try to give it a little bit of a clean and a little bit of a maintenance. Use this little fiber pencil to clean the wheels a little bit, but looks like I need to give it a little bit more attention. So anyway, so this is the Alco C430 in chassis system colors. Looks really good, and I think it's running pretty decent at the moment. I think it's probably more my track. I haven't cleaned it in ages, but we'll give it a little bit of attention. I think it'll run a lot better. Alright, so anyway, if you enjoyed this video, make sure and hit that like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell, that way you'll be alerted when I have another video, and leave a comment. If you have this locomotive, I'd like to hear all about it. I try to read all the comments and reply where I can. Alright, well thank you very much for joining me, and happy model railroading. Take care, everyone.